Hello, good evening, everyone. My name's Miss Mazurek. I teach art at the Weymouth Bear School. I'm dual certified in special education and art education, and I'm about to show you one of my favorite projects of all time, coding a video game in Scratch. If you can draw, you can code. I did not come from a computer science background, and a lot of what I learned with Scratch, I learned from my students. So I've used this project in after school programs, in public school programs and pop-up workshops, and I've worked. I've adapted this unit for students with special needs, and it's one of the most popular units that I've ever developed. So I want to share this with you today. I'm just going to go over how to make a simple script to make one of your drawings. It can be clip art or it can be vector graphics that you put together in the design menu. But I'm going to show you how to put the script together to make your artwork move. Then I'll really quickly go over the design features. So if you want to use vector graphics to do your background, and then leave you on your merry way. Try and keep this under 10 minutes, capping at 5. So just like a play, just like a puppet show, this is the easiest way to think about programming and developing your own game. The scripts are like the strings for the puppets, and you really just want to make sure that you have something to set things in motion, plus what they're going to do. So to get your script together, you need to look at your blocks of code. So events set things in motion, motion moves things, and also keeps things not even just moving, like pointed in the right direction, and also on the screen. If you do not have on edge bounce, they run away. Events also tell you in the racing game, if you want to play this on one computer, like each car has to have its own controller, so you can set the buttons to get things in motion. So this little guy is going to be our test. So here's the event, but we want to switch that out with another one. You always want to start with an event. We're going to pick A. When A is pressed, he's going to roll. So one way that you can code things quickly is copy and duplicate code. But for our purposes today, we're going to check it and do it step by step so we learn. So move 10 steps is usually the first motion block. So we're going to start with that. Make sure that our sprite is highlighted before we put anything in, so we don't add code to something we don't want to change. So I'm going to check again on my buggy. Point in the direction 90 degrees. Go back. If on edge bounce, set rotation style left to right. Then when this is pressed, if you wanted to do a lap running back, you could have 2 race games. We're just going to focus on a really simple left to right racing game. So the next step after point in the direction of where you want to go is if on edge bounce. I'm going to go to motion, I'm going to click convertible, scroll to find it. If on edge bounce, check our work, set rotation style. Boop. So let's see if it works. So I'm going to press A. Oh, look at that. Look at him go. So the convertible is going to race. So when I hit spacebar, he rocks along the way. When you hit the flag, that changes the background at the end of the game. So if I want to reset it, I hit the flag. All right, so now that I've coded my game, I'm going to show you how to use the design tools to make your own sprites if you want to take it up a notch. So if you want to paint your sprite or if you want to change your background, you go to sprite is the cat icon, background is the picture icon. Always look for the brush. If you want to just try things out, you can just pick from a library. It's always good to like, this can help you think of new ideas too when you're picking from a library. I also like that they have a diverse range of movement. So if you wanted to play with the different sprites and see the different commands to make them move different ways, you could do that. But if you want to draw your own, go to paint, pick your shapes or freehand draw. Vector graphics are fun because they set the bones in place and they make things look really clean. So we're going to need circles, pick your fill. I'm gonna make a red car, loop. So there's one. And then two. You can adjust your wheels by selecting the shape. Also the outline. Doesn't need to have an outline if you don't want it to. And this is just going to be a really simple car. Here's the body. And then if you wanted to add a wheel, make sure that it's not selected so you don't change the color again. I'm going to give it a blue window. Hey. And then, yeah, you can use your arrow to move your shapes around, to resize things, make it look fancy. I'm going to just put a smiley face on this car because that's how it's looking today. Oh, yeah. All right, so now that you're done, you hit this bad boy. And then, oh, look, you have a brand new car in your race. And then you can also resize it if you need to. So there you have it. This is how you can create your own racing game from scratch. So you can design it with the paint tool for the sprite and for the backdrop. You can code it with the sprites. So now that it's new, it's not going to move until we add our events to get the party started and the motion. And sometimes the most basic one you can do is just move. And then if on edge, bounce. You can have a lot of fun with this. Scratch has a wiki too, where you can look up even more tricks that you can plug into your game. I just wanted to keep this tutorial quick. If you have any questions, feel free to ping me on the VPA online learning portal. And thank you for stopping by for our after dinner tutorial for Be More Me Fine Arts Week.